Hello everyone and welcome once again to MJ's Maths and Stats. That's MJ Magic Studio to you. I'm your host, your host, and as usual in the ghost mode, Mohit Jain. Today we would be discussing uh, everything which can be asked in CLOCKS reasoning question. This is a full series masterclass, and you would be discussing short tricks, different type of question which can be asked, and at the end, please make notes properly so that you can be able to solve any questions on clocks after this session. So let's begin now. So on to our clock, एक round circular figure where we can see numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 घंटे की घड़ी होती है circular face. Now anything related to the circular area, that question we can handle with respect to mensuration concepts. Here we will try to handle question which can be asked in reasoning part, not in numerical aptitude part. रीजनिंग पार्ट में किस तरह के क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते हैं, क्या क्या पूछ सकते हैं, उन सब की बात करेंगे इन दिस पर्टिकुलर session. So this problems on clock session is basically related to reasoning. So if we move from north to south, taking the route from east to south, then to west and then to north, this movement is known as clockwise movement. It is on the clock, इसीलिए इस movement का नाम रखा गया clockwise movement, and if we go the other way around, it is anti-clockwise movement. Now, normally questions are asked with respect to two arms which you can see in the clock. The smaller one is your hour hand, and the bigger one is our minute hand. So in our clock, a round figure, we have hour hand which is the smaller one or a short one, and a minute hand which is the bigger one or a long one. So if we talk about hour hand, we know that angle which is being depicted by an entire circle is 360 degree, or the angle represented by a pointer 360 degree. So our hand travel 12 hours and it represent 360 degree movement. That means 1 hour movement is equivalent to 360 by 12, that is 30 degree. So if our hand moves by 1 hour, we say it covers an angle of 30 degrees. So the rate of movement is 30 degree per hour as far as our end is concerned. Now if we take minutes hand or the smaller hand, it will cover 60 minutes. The full circle movement for the minute hand would be 60 minutes, and that would be 360 degree coverage. So 1 minute coverage would be 360 by 60, that is 6 degree. So minutes hand movement rate is 6 degree per minute. If any question pertains to hour hand movement, that hour hand moves from 12 to 2, obviously it will cover 30 degree into 2, that is 60 degree would be the coverage. Minute hand moves from 0 to 3, that means 15 minutes coverage. 15 minutes coverage would be 6 into 15. We know that it will become 90 degree. These are hours, and between these 2 hours, all these 2 hours, 60 by 12, that is 5 minutes coverage is there as far as minutes hand is concerned. Now we need to deal with what are the different kind of question which can be asked. So in this particular series, we would be dealing with the mirror image, water image, Then questions can be related to angle between hour hand and minute hand. Fourth type of questions can be where angle is given and time is asked. Fifth type of question would be few facts, which are general facts. Based on that, questions can be asked. Then question can be asked on reflex angles. Question can be asked on directions related to the clock. Question can be asked on slow or fast clocks. So we would be trying to, we would try to cover up all these type of question. Let's start one by one. Question may be asked on what would be the mirror image when clock shows 3 o'clock. So mirror image is always on the right hand side. If we produce the image exactly here, what we can see, we can get something like this. And then we can say that in the mirror it will show 9 o'clock. So 3 o'clock, mirror image would be 9 o'clock. Now, is it always necessary to draw the diagram and then try to identify that what would be the mirror image? For that, it's simple that if they ask you to find mirror image at 6 or 6:30 a.m. or p.m. whatever, what we need to do is just subtract the given time from 12 hours, or you can say 11 hours 60 minutes. If time is given in minutes, it would be better if you subtract it from 11 hours 60 minutes. You will get the mirror image time. So the mirror image of 6:30 is nothing but 1160 minus 6:30. That would be 5:30. So if your clock is showing something like, that would be a bit movement, 6:30, because it is between 6 and 7, then the mirror image would be at 5:30. As simple as that. So what will be the mirror image when it is 9:20? Mirror image would be simply 1160 minus 920. That would be 240. So it is something like 9:10. It will be between that. 9:23, 4. So mirror image will go like this, 240. So instead of drawing the mirror image and then finding the answer, is better you just subtract it from 12 hours if hours are given, or subtract it from 11 hours 60 minutes, because 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, and find the required answer. Next up is water image. Water image is upside down. If the clock is there in the north, water image will be in the south. So we can draw the water images and can find the answer. If I say it is something like 6:15, then we can see that water image is something around 12:15. Either you draw and then try to identify, or simply whenever the question is related to water image, subtract time from 6:30, or you can make it 5:90, or it is always advisable to do it from 18:30 or 17:90. All are same, all are the same time. Like it is 6:15 is better to subtract from 18:30. If you subtract it from 18:30, 6:15, you will get the answer 12:15. So it's advisable to use 18:30 or 17:90 majority of the time to find the water image. So if it is like 9 what would be the water image? We know it is 9 o'clock. This is small one, this is the big one. Water image is going like this, big one. This will go down. And this will be in this. So we can see that it is something around 9:30, which we can see easily if we subtract from 18:30. Subtract 9 from 18:30, you will get 9:30, and that is the water image. So follow this drill. Whenever water image questions are asked, subtract it from 18:30, the best bet to find the water images. Like one may argue that why are you selecting 18:30 only when you have given these 3 times also? It's simple. If the question is of 9 o'clock, what would be the water image at 9 o'clock? You want to subtract it from 1790, subtract 9 from it. 17 minus 9 is 8, 890. Now 90 is 1 hour 30 minutes, again it will give 9:30. You want to subtract from 6:30, subtract 9 from 6:30, you will get minus 3:30. Now time cannot be negative, so add 12 to it. Movement. Fine. So 6:30 minus 9 is not 3:30, it is 2:30. So minus 2:30 plus 12 will give again 9:30. So whatever format you select, you need to be like sure with what you are doing. If you are getting the difference in negative, add 12, you will get the time. So whenever you think that the number is bigger than 6:30 or 5:90, use 18:30 to be in the best position. But if time is something like they ask you what is the like water image of 9:50, so don't subtract it from 18:30, subtract it from 17:90. 17:90 minus 9:50. 17 minus 9 will give 8, and this will give 40. So in that case, answer would be 840 as far as water image is concerned. So what base need to be taken, it's all up to you to practice and master. Now moving on to the third type of question. Maximum question asked from CLOCKS reasoning are where they ask you to find the angle between a given hour hand and a minute hand at a given time. Just remember one simple formula. Angle between hour hand and minute hand would be given by mod of 30h minus 5.5, that is 11 by 2 m, where h is the hours and m is minutes. Suppose they ask you find the angle between when it is 6:30 p.m. or 6:30 a.m. 6:30 a.m. p.m. whatever. So this is hours and this is minutes. Simple. Theta is 6 into 30, that is 180, minus 11 by 2 into 30. This is 15. Angle would be 180 minus 15 into 11, 165. That is 15 degrees. As simple as that. Just remember the formula. Angle between hour hand and minute hand at any given time, just find the value of 30h minus 11 by 2 m. This is a derived and proven formula. Instead of finding out how to derive this, just remember this. Do not fall prey of tedious calculations. All questions of CLOCKS can be very easily solved in 30 seconds if we just remember few tricks and short formulas. Like similarly, what is the time at 4:20? Theta is 4 into 30 minus 11 by 2 into 20. Put a mod. 120 minus 110. That is 10 degrees. We'll do few more exercise. Now let us quickly, we have just find out this angle at 4:20 Angle was 10 degrees. What if I give you time 5:25? 5 into 30, 150, minus 11 by 2 into 25. That would be 150 minus 275 by 2. Let me write it properly. Okay, it would be 275 by 2. That is 150 minus 137.5, and we will get 12.5 degrees. Let's take up one more example. 9:45. 9 into 30, 270, minus 11 by 2 into 45. That will give 270 minus 495 by 2. That is 270 minus 2, 4 times, and then 7.50. So 22.5 degrees. Now, why I have taken these three type of example, just to show you something, that whenever the time and the time given is in the ratio where hour and minute are in the ratio 1:5. You can see 4 into 5 is 20, 5 into 5 is 25, 9 into 5 is 45. Whenever hour and minute ratio is 1:5, no need to find this using the formula even. Answer is simply, whenever the hour and minute ratio is 1:5, angle is simply minute divided by 2 degrees. You can also make note of this shortcut. 20 by 2 is 10. 25 by 2 is 12.5. 45 by 2 is 22.5. So if time is given such that the ratio of hour and minute is in 1:5, the angle between the two hands will be simply m by 2 degrees. Remember this. Let's move into the auxiliary of the part 3 type question which we were doing to find the angle between a minute hand and hour hand is the reflex angle. The angle between hour hand and minute hand is the angle which we form by moving clockwise. This angle is reflex angle. And reflex angle is nothing but 360 degree minus theta, minus the angle between the two hands. So to find the reflex angle, just we need to find the angle between the two hands and then subtract it from 360 degree. So if they ask you what is the reflex angle at 10:25, we know first theta is 30 into 10 minus 11 by 2 into 25. That would be 300 minus 275 by 2. That is 300 minus 137.5, which will give 150 and 12.5, 162.5 degrees. This is the angle between hour hand and minute hand at 10:25. So reflex angle would be 360 degree minus 162.5. That is 200 minus 2.5, 197.5 degrees. That's it. So whenever reflex angle is asked, first find the angle theta and then subtract whatever angle you get from 360 degrees. Now few fun facts which we should know. So first one is, how many times are the hands, that is minute hand and hour hand, are together in a clock in a day? That means these hands coincides each other. In a day, 22 times. In 1 hour, basically they coincide each other once, but every time when they reach at 12, In that particular hour from 11 to 12, they are meeting at 12. And from 12 to 1 also they are meeting when the time is 12. So that's why we are subtracted 2 from the day's time. Total number of times both the hands, that is hour hand and minute hand, will coincide or make 0 degree angle is 22 times in a day. Next one. How many times are these hands, this hour hand and minute's hands, are opposite to each other? Opposite to each other means the angle between them is 180 degree. It is same as what happens when they coincide each other. In every 1 hour, they are making 180 degree once, but again at 12:30 and between that 6:30, that 2 times would be deducted. They would be making 180 degree 22 times in a day. Hands, hour hand and minute's hands are at 90 degree to each other. They are making angle 90 degree. In 1 hour, they will make 90 degrees 2 times. So in 12 hours, they would be making it 12 times. But that is not the thing. When it is something like 9 and for 3, these are the actual time when they are making 90 degree. When it is 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock. So between 3 to 4, 3 o'clock time is already included. So we have wasted one time zone. And from 9 to 10, again they are coinciding. They are making 90 degrees at 9. So between 9 to 10 and 8 to 9, we are getting 9 common. So that is coming only once. Instead of 2 times coming, they are coming only once. So in 12 hours, so if I start again, in 1 hour, they make 90 degree 2 times. So in 12 hours, they should be making 24 times 90 degrees between them. But at 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, we are wasting 2 time zones. Actually, they are making 90 degrees only 22 times in the span of 12 hours. So in a span of a day, 44 times they would be making angle 90 degree between the 2 hands. These are the basic pattern questions which are asked. If we just remember these data, we can mark easily if these type of questions are asked. Fun facts. Now the next type of question which can be asked is just opposite to our point number 3, where the time is given and they used to ask what is the angle between minute hand and hour hand. But here they will ask between 7 to 8, when, at what time the angle between minute hand and hour hand is 45 degree, just opposite of that. To solve these kind of question, again we have a very simple formula which we can use. Just remember this, 2 by 11 into A plus minus B is your answer. Now what is A and what is B? A is a small time or a small hour, a small time into 30 degrees. You try to recollect the formula, 30h minus 11 by 2m. We are following the same pattern. Now what is B? B is the theta which is given. Okay. B is the asked angle. As simple as that. So between 7 to 8, when is the angle between minute hand and hour hand is 45 degree. Let's first find the value of A. A is small time is 7. 7 into 30 is 210. And theta given to us is 45 degree. So let's find 2 by 11 of A, 210 plus 45. This is 2 by 11 of 255, that is 510 by 11. On division it will give 444 and then 76, 4 by 11. That means time is 7:46 minutes, 46 4 by 11 minutes. At 7:46 4 by 11 minutes, the angle between the two hands is 45 degree. But again, at one more time, the angle between the hands would be 45 degree. For that, we'll use 2 by 11, 210 minus 45. Now you may ask that why we are calculating two angles. Yes, it is. 2 times the angle between minute hand and hour hand would be 45 degree. Because if you remember in part 3 what we have done, when we were finding the angle, we have put a mod sign. Putting up a mod sign means what? Once we need to take the positive value and once we need to take the negative value to derive this formula. So we are doing it twice. So it is 2 by 11, 200 minus 35 would be 165. So this will be 15, that is 30. We are getting 30. So it gives at 7:30 also the angle between minute hand and hour hand would be 45 degree. Just stick to the basic formula. It is nothing new. It is simply derived from our old formula to find the angle, that is mod 30h minus 11m by 2 minutes. Stick to it and do it in 30 seconds as promised. Now one may ask that how we have derived this. We know that angle between the two is given by 30h minus 11 by 2m. So if I take this equation as positive, theta equals to 30h is nothing but our a minus 11 by 2m. So 11 by 2m equals a minus theta, m equals 2 by 11 into a minus theta. Theta is nothing but b. Now if I take this negative, theta is 11 by 2m minus a, then 11 by 2m equals theta plus a, that is a plus theta. So m again is like 2 by 11 into a plus theta, and hence we get this formula. So whenever between two given time, theta is given and they are asking about at what time the angle would be, something like this, we are using the same old formula which we have discussed in hashtag number 3 question when we were finding the angle between the two hands. So it is 2 by 11, a plus minus b, b is nothing but theta, a is small time into 30 degrees. Let's move on. Next level up are the questions which are related to slow and fast clock type questions. And there is no specific pattern, it's more of a logic. A clock is set right at 8 am. The clock gains 10 minutes in 24 hours. What will be the right time when the clock indicates 1 p.m. on the following day? Now, time from 8 am on a particular day, that is today, to 1 p.m. on the following day, that is tomorrow, is basically how many hours? 8 to 8 am 24 and then 5, that is 29 hours. Now, it is given that clock gains 10 minutes in 24 hours. So by the simple unitary method, we can find that how much is the clock gaining in 29 hours. By that manner also we can do this. Or if it is said that clock gains 10 minutes in 24 hours, it simply means that 24 hour 10 minutes of this clock is equal to 24 hour of the correct clock. This also you can say 24 hours 10 minutes of the wrong clock is actually equals to 24 hours of the correct clock. Therefore, let me convert this into the entire hour. 24 hour 10 minutes means what? 24 plus 10 by 60, that is 144 plus 1. 145 by 6 hours is equivalent to 24 hours on the correct one. Wrong clock is ahead 29 hours. Use unitary method simply. 29 hours on wrong clock is equivalent to how much on the correct? 24 into 6 by 145 into 29 on the correct clock. Let's calculate this. And on calculation, we will get how much? 28 hours, 48 minutes. That means the wrong clock, which is showing 1 p.m. is supposed to show less than 1 p.m. And less than 1 p.m. by how many minutes? By 12 minutes. So it should show 12:48 p.m. This should be the correct time on the correct watch. Simply use unitary method to understand this. Or 10 minutes, 24 hours. It's gaining. It is showing 29. Then how much is the gain? You will get the gain of 12 minutes. You can deduct it. Any unitary method is fair enough till the time you understand that. Now let's take up one more example to understand this logically. This time I've taken a clock which is losing. A clock is set right at 5 a.m. The clock loses 16 minutes in 24 hours. What will be the right time when the clock indicates 10 p.m. on the fourth day? Simply we can see that clock is losing time. That means time should be more than 10 p.m. In the correct clock, answer should be 10 p.m. plus. Now how much? First, we are on the first day 5 a.m. Second day 5 a.m. Third day 5 a.m. Fourth day 5 a.m. But we are looking out for the time of 10 p.m. on the fourth day. So this is 24 hours gone, 24 hours gone, 24 hours gone. This is 72 hours. Now 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. 12 hours and 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. is another 5. So this is 70, 80, 89 hours movement. We are getting 89 hours movement on the wrong clock. Let me put a cross here. Now, let us study this. Clock loses 16 minutes in 24 hours. It means what? That on the wrong clock, movement is 24 hours minus 16 minutes. That is 23 hours 44 minutes. Then the movement on the correct clock is 24 hours. Now let me convert this 23 44 minutes in hour. This would be 23 plus 44 by 60. 411 415. 23 into 15. 45 4 345 356. So when the movement is 356 by 15 hours on the wrong clock, the movement on the correct clock is 24 hours. Now the movement on the wrong clock is 89 hours. So the corresponding movement on the correct clock would be 3. Okay, I need to start with 24. 24 into 15 by 356 into 89. Let's solve this. Okay, 356 is 23 into 15 plus 11. On solving 2, 12, 178. 89 into 2 is 178 and 2, 6. So this we are getting 90 hours. Exact. So with movement of 89 hours on the wrong clock, movement on the correct clock should be 90 hours. That means correct time is 90 minus 89, 1 hour ahead of wrong clock time. Wrong clock time is 10 p.m. So correct time is 10 plus 1, that is 11 p.m. So what is the right time? Right time is 11 p.m. when the wrong clock indicates or the slow clock indicates 10 p.m. on the 4th day. And now there can be question related to direction also, where they can move their hands in any other direction. And you may find majority of these kind of question when you will do direction and distance sense type of questions. So do practice these kind of questions regularly, and do mention us in the comment box if you have any problem related to the concepts. Keep on practicing to master this concept, and I'll see you soon. If you have reached till this point, obviously you have seen the entire video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please do it. Do share and let other people know about the channel and help the channel grow. On this note, I'm Mohit Jain signing off from MJ's Maths and Stats. That's MJ Magic Studio to you. On this hope that I'll see you soon. Thank you, everyone.